So, breaking Forest news for you. Murillo is out of the game against Real Betis. Let's get into the news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your latest Forest news. Coming up, I'll talk you through the details about the injuries. We've had a player confirmed, which is good news. And there's plenty of other things. New sponsor coming tomorrow as well. So if you're excited about tomorrow, this time tomorrow, Forest are back in Europe. Let me know by making sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well to the channel if you're new here. Okay, let's get into the news. And Ange has done his presser. By the way, sorry for the late release of the video. I got a hell of a couple of days at work, so things may be slightly off. But he's done his presser. He's talked about Forest back in Europe, nearly 30 years away from it, back where we belong. And some of the lines he dropped, I like them. I like them. When he talked about the stars on the badge, he said, those are things you can't buy. They are earned on the football pitch. And there's only a handful of teams that have them. And Forest wear it with pride. So I love what he said about that. He, by the way, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, has faced Betis at his time against Celtic. I think he thrashed them, if I remember rightly, there as well. So he's played against Betis in that stadium, even though it's been redeveloped. So he's got some experience in it. So he was very upbeat and very positive, talking about how he likes the squad he's got, how you need a big squad if you're doing a Europa or European League campaign as well as a league campaign. And he talked about the differences in styles when it comes to football. It's not the same as the Premier League. There's slightly different pace about it, slightly different tactics about it. So he's ready for it, but are you guys ready for it? But the big breaking news, which we need to talk about, is Murillo. He's out. He's out. In fact, he said that he was close to being ready for Burnley. But this is the thing, it's a bit contradictory because before the Burnley match, he was saying if he doesn't make the Burnley match, he'll definitely be ready for Wednesday. And now he's said that he's basically nearly ready, but they've left him at home. So Murillo hasn't even travelled with the squad and will not be, for 100% certainty, playing tomorrow, unless he gets Marineka's Airlines and everything. No, it's not happening. He's out. He's back in England. So Murillo is out. But the good news is that Ange said that all the other players are available, minus Dominguez and Einar, who we obviously already know about. He confirmed Dominguez is back in full-time training with the rest of the squad. So it should be quite soon, maybe a couple of weeks before we see Dominguez named on a squad or maybe starting a game or being a sub or what have you. So that's good news in itself. Now, the other thing we can confirm to you is that Zinchenko has been added in place of Einar in the Europa League squad. With Einar's injury, with the change of the rules this year, they were able to get him in instead of Einar. So that's happened and that's been confirmed. Unfortunately, still no room for Hutchinson. So Hutchinson will not be part of the squad. Ange was asked about that, like how do you deal with these kind of players, their disappointment and everything like that. And he gave the example of Jed Spence last year at Spurs, where he was left out of the initial group stages, but you can redo it in the knockout stages, as we've explained to you before, and Jed Spence was added. So he said it's not that players won't get to play games, still Premier League, cup matches, etc., and they can work their way into the squad come the I think it's January refresh when it happens. Now, what he didn't say is it's not his fault. It was the previous manager who decided to submit that squad without said players. But, you know, he was very, very mature and very politically correct, shall we say, about his answers. So I think what we're going to see tomorrow is Morato starting instead of Murillo. And I did say in my player ratings on Morato that he did all right at centre-back against Burnley. I think the pace of this game might actually even suit him now. Betis are a bit more towards the Premier League side teams than maybe, say, Serie A teams and what have you. La Liga as a whole is closer to the Premier League as well. So it's not going to be a slow tempo that some people think it is. And with that atmosphere there, you're going to need 11 players or a squad of players who are going to be up for this game. So the reason I'm saying Morato is because he was praising Morato as well. He said he's been very pleased with what he's seen from Morato, which worries me a bit. There are rumours as well that Jair Cunha is injured, but nothing was confirmed in that presser. So I think the likelihood is that Morato will pair up alongside Milenkovic, who, by the way, was the player selected to be alongside for the interview. So just for your reference, whenever there are European nights, usually the presser is done with a manager and a selected player. And it was interesting to see that it was Milenkovic. More times than not, it's like the captain or something like this, but it was Milenkovic selected. So that's the news on the players. Now, one more thing to bring your guys' attention to is the kit. For those amongst you may have noticed that the sponsor for tomorrow's kit is not going to be Bally's. It is in fact going to be Nottingham Forest Community Trust. Why? Because there are different rules when it comes to advertising gambling in Spain than in the Premier League. Now, the Premier League will kick those rules in next year, but Spain are ahead in terms of those rules, and Forest will have to change the sponsorship. Now, Bally's have agreed with Forest that they don't mind for this occasion for that to happen. Forest then have thought the best thing to do is advertise the community trust, which is fantastic to see. Obviously, it's a project very close to us and to Forest hearts, and it's good to see there's that community feel as well about it. So that will be the kit tomorrow, so don't be surprised when you see that. I think it's a fantastic gesture, and I think, you know, well done to the sponsors. Money doesn't have to be everything. Advertising doesn't have to be everything. So this is a good touch from them as well. So we'll be playing in the red kit. We're kicking off tomorrow. I'm nervously excited. I have no idea what to expect from Ange, because he was asked again about, does he need to be more pragmatic in Europe? And he clearly understands that this is a talking point that everyone has always held up against him. And he said, I've been told I need to be pragmatic my whole life. He was like, they were like, yeah, but you changed your style against Manchester United in the final last year, and Frankfurt as well in the quarters and so on. And he was like, well, that was player dependent. We had injuries, we had this, that, and the other. He said, but all I care about is winning. And yes, I like to win that with goals and what have you. But as long as we win, we win. Because at Forest, at the end of the day, we always win. Now, he didn't say that. That was Marinakis. So what type of style are we going to get tomorrow? I don't know. It could be high-tempoed. It could be lively. Is it going to be, you know, Milenkovic running through again from the back? Is it going to be Morato having a couple of runs? I don't know. We're just going to have to tune in, buckle the seatbelts, and enjoy the ride. And that's my key message. Let's enjoy this. It's been a while since, well, I don't even like remembering the last game because it was Bayern Munich, wasn't it? I remember half-time score of the two legs. Forest 2-1. Away from home. You're thinking, yeah, not bad, not bad. Went into school, chest out and everything. I didn't talk about it after that second leg. I really didn't. So let's hope Forest kick this back off with a bang. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to watch it with you guys tomorrow. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed. Go follow us on Patreon as well. There's a video about the financial situation out now there where we're talking about the European rules. And apparently some are saying Forest may be in trouble. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you for the big game on you Reds.